Hi everyone, it's Robin. Welcome back to the nest. So I have another diaper cake tutorial for you today, and this time we're going to do a 4-poster canopy bed, 4-poster bed. And in this video I'm going to run through the supplies that you're going to need, the tools that you're going to need, and then I'll tell you at the end what you'll need to do to go ahead and jump ahead and be ready to start into part 2. So let's get started. You'll need 4 gift wrap tubes. Now, I picked up my gift wrap at Dollar Tree, and I had other projects, so I had a bunch of empties. So you can pick them up there for, they're only $1, or you can use them with this gift wrap on here and pick up 5 to where you can cover the box that I'm going to show you in just a second. But you can do either one, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But you're going to need 4 of them, 4 tubes, and then you're going to need some sort of measuring devices, some rulers, measuring tape, something to cut your tubes with. You're also going to need some scissors, a pencil. This is something just to poke holes. It's an awl, but anything that you have that you can poke some little holes with. Some double-sided tape as well. And then you're going to need something that you can bend this wire with. This is the 18 gauge wire. No, excuse me, 16 gauge wire. Something that you can bend it and cut it with. Speaking of bending, I found that just anything that's circular, it does not matter what it is, that we can utilize to make some round circles. So that's why I have these empty tubes here. Some fishing line, some pipe cleaners, some rubber bands, possibly a hot glue gun. Don't know on that one yet, but possibly. And then just some kind of ribbons of your choice, whatever you choose. I have some wider ribbons. I have some more narrow ribbons. And this is kind of getting into personal preference, these things, however you want to decorate yours. I still have some strands of pearls that I used on another diaper cake that I did here recently, and so I just have them there. You're going to need a little pair of socks, or anything. This is another personal preference, and I'll show you why. It's to hang off the side of our bed, but these have little rattles in them, and I picked them up, and that's how I decided to use those. So you will need a 4-pack of the little baby gloves, or baby mittens, I think is what they call them. Yeah, baby mittens. You'll need, I don't think that you'll need 4 of these. I think that we'll probably only use 3 of the burp cloths. Going back to the bed part, you're going to need a box. Now, this is personal preference as well. This is just a box that I had. It had a pair of women's boots in it, and I covered it with paper. Covered it with that paper. The only thing that I did differently that you're going to need to do, and find something else to, if I can pull this out here, is you're going to need to find something that you can use as an insert. I would suggest getting a piece of foam core board at Dollar Tree or somewhere inexpensively, and put it, have it sized to fit the inside side of your box. So you will need that, a piece of foam core board. And we'll set this out of the way. And then you're going to need a baby blanket to make the bed up. And this is a larger one. This is a little bit smaller one that I'm going to use as well, hopefully. I have 7 receiving blankets here, and I'm not sure on the count of the diapers yet, but if you'll look in the description box below, I will list exactly how many diapers that I used in the end. And then just whatever you want to put, this is personal preference too, whatever you want to put in the bed. I'm going to use a little baby that I found. I'm going to use a tiara that I picked up at, well, a Dollar Tree or somewhere. I'm not sure where I found that, but, and then I did find this at Hobby Lobby in the home decor section in the center of the store. This is going to be our headboard, but you can find anything that you want to use as your headboard. You go ahead and do that. And any a lot of this is going to depend on the size box that you choose. My box is 14 inches by 14 inches, and it's actually square rather than oblong. But this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. So that is it. Now back to what I was going to tell you about going ahead and preparing. Of course, I've already shown it, but go ahead and cover your box, cover your foam core board, and then go ahead and cover all 4, this is 3, but all 4 of your posters, and what I did here at the end is I just tucked my my paper that was loose in the end of those. Now, if you would rather just buy 4 of these rather than covering 4, that's fine. Just what I would do is take it out of the wrapper, go ahead and tape it really good, and then cut down to 24 inches. But that's personal preference. That's completely up to you. The reason I was needing for you to save these is that I need you to go ahead and, by the time that we get the canopy on the top, I'm afraid that this may start getting a little bit weak right here in the center. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take and the pieces that were left over, I'm going to do them right like that. And I'm going to stuff them down in my tube and then push it with whatever I can find to get it to where it's about right here in the middle, because I think if it gives anywhere, it would be right in the center. And it wouldn't be feasible to stick diapers down in there. That would be cruel. Look here. That would be really cruel for parents. So I can see it now. Middle of the night diaper change, and Mom and Daddy's trying to get a diaper out of the middle of a tube. So hopefully you can see down that tube and see that no, you can't. But it's right in the center now, and I think that will give it just a little bit more stability. I don't think that these are going to give anyway, but just to make sure, that's what I'm doing. So if you'll go ahead and get started covering your box and covering your post, then I'll be back for part 2 and we'll start building it. One thing that I will say is, if I would suggest that you actually watch all 4 of these, or 3, or how many ever parts there is. Go ahead and watch them all through first, in case I do happen to mess up or decide to come back and do something differently. I probably would advise that. to do that. But I do know that you need to go ahead and cover your post and your box, and then we'll be back. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.